Welcome back to another episode of the Juicebox. I'm your host, the Radical Alex, and here's the greatest
I'm your
co-host of all time.
Chibi. Yeah, that's me. Hello.
Yes.
You say so.
So, me and Chibi decided to stick to the same world, and we are continuing the topic. As we said from the last episode, we are going to continue talking about video games. And yeah, I want to go over some things from the last episode. Last episode, if you can tell a difference, my voice was completely fucked. My voice was terrible because of, I believe, of an allergic reaction of protein chips I was taking every day for a while. One bag a day. And I was like, why is my voice getting so fucking... Dude, it was bad. And then the episode we filmed last week, or last episode, I was like, oh, my voice is getting better. That was enough to record, but like watching that episode, I felt like... Dude, just rewatching that episode, I felt like clearing my throat just listening to myself like that. I was like, oh my god, dude.
It was kind of funny. You were like, oh, my voice is getting better. And then like that whole rest of that week, you were still like, honestly, it started to get worse at a point. And then it got better because you stopped eating the protein chips.
Got better, and then I got sick on top of that. And then it got worse again a little bit because I got sick, yeah.
When you got sick, you were like inaudible, but...
So...
We're good now. You can hear Alex's beautiful voice.
I got my Doflamingo voice.
I'm drinking a Monster and he's drinking a
Modelo, yeah. We're chilling. Isn't that
fascinating?
Yeah, different? Well, technically we're on the same sleep schedule right now because you sleep whenever you want. But what you're drinking is appropriate to your time zone because it's the morning for you and it's night for me. So I'm drinking a Modelo because it's...
This is my second Modelo this morning. I mean, whoops, Monster. Modelo. I don't drink Modelo. That shit's ass.
I'm telling you, dude, that video game barcade in Tampa. The day you come here, one, it's cool as shit, but two, I'm gonna find a beer you'll like. You'll be like, maybe beer isn't so bad. It's gonna be like that Thanos gif where he's like, perhaps I treated you too harshly, dude.
Maybe I was too harsh. I don't know. If it's off the tap, I will probably like it. If it's with garlic bread, I'll like it even more. That's how I think.
We could either find garlic bread. This is what we usually do when we go to this barcade that I always mention, right? When me and my friends go, they have a food truck finally, and it's a consistent food truck. Sometimes they like hire a different one to swing by, but they have like a food truck that has like burritos, burgers, fries. And if we're not feeling that, there's a Wawa there's like a 4-minute Wawa, a Wawa 4 minutes away, dude.
Wawa has garlic bread.
You know what? Does Wawa have garlic bread? I don't know. Actually. It might, because they have pizzas. I've never tried the pizzas. They have hoagies, club sandwiches, quesadillas. They have to have garlic bread. They have cornbread. When you get the soups, I always get the cornbread and dip it in the soup. Oh my god, dude. Dude, when I was a kid, I used to hate cornbread. Growing up now, I'm like, dude, that shit, I love cornbread.
Cornbread. Yeah, like what you said, I only really have it when I'm dipping it in soup.
What's the one item you dip in tomato soup? Grilled cheese. A grilled cheese and tomato soup? Oh my lord, dude. Wait,
grilled cheese sandwich?
Like a grilled cheese sandwich.
Grilled cheese what?
A grilled cheese sandwich.
You dip it in tomato sauce?
Like a tomato soup. People will have grilled cheese sandwiches with tomato soup, and then they dip it. Because if you think about it, that's like pizza flavors. You have a grilled cheese, bread, melted cheese, and then tomato sauce. Like it's like a tomato. There's like a tomato soup, tomato sauce soup, or something like that.
I've never heard of anyone dipping a sandwich in anything.
Really? I mean, yeah.
Dip your sandwich, like the whole sandwich?
The whole sandwich, yes. The whole sandwich.
Like that?
Yes, let the whole thing. Yeah, dip it in like not even just like the sandwich with the soup. Like there's some places that have dipping sauces for your sandwiches.
What?
Yeah. Is that like?
Have I been missing out?
You're gonna have so much
fun.
I've
never heard of this. This sounds kind of outlandish.
You're gonna have so much fun in the States.
You put sauces in your sandwich,
right?
Like if I want tomato sauce on my sandwich, then I'd put tomato sauce in the sandwich, not dip it in tomato sauce.
Cause it's like, I don't know, it's different. Cause the thing is, we're talking about video games, but the difference is like, I think maybe specifically something like that, right? Cause it's a soup. I believe it's a soup when people do this, but it's like, oh, I had the option to do it. But then you could be like, oh, why not just make the soup a sauce? maybe tomato sauce or tomato soup. Like if you just put it on the sandwich, it'll get soggy too quickly. It's like cookies and milk, you know. I mean that's different because different textures. You can't put milk in cookies. But does that make sense? You know what I'm talking about.
You leave out club sandwiches for Santa? No.
Italian Santa Claus be like, dude, you gotta fucking leave him out of fucking grilled cheese and pasta sauce. He loves that shit.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Italian Santa with like a hairy chest and like a wife beater.
it's a fucking white beater. He's got like put like pasta sauce stains on it. Oh god, dude, holy shit.
You remember the Mario movie, like Mario's dad or whatever?
Yeah. Oh my god, dude, Jesus. He's
gonna lose his voice again.
He's like, you know what? Anyways. Video games. Where do we want to start with this? There's so many things we could talk about. And
you wanted to talk about how you camped out for the release of the Wii.
The Nintendo Wii, yes. Because what year was it? I believe it was whenever the Wii came out. It should have been 2006 or 2007. One of those years. And yeah, so
a good year. I was unconscious barely, but yes.
I still can't believe you're born after 9/11, dude. That's so hard to fucking comprehend, dude. It's very weird.
Just. Wait, no, I was born before. I saw it. I was there.
Did you see that TikTok I sent you where it's like people who were born before 9/11 are like, yeah, you had to be there, bro. It was on the news in the morning. Did you see that TikTok I sent you? That is actually me whenever I talk to you about 9/11, dude. That's why I sent it to you, dude.
Well, I told you, I was born in 2001, right?
Right.
And in July, so I was a few months old, and I saw it, and I was like, and it was terrible. I was like, they hit the second time.
Yeah, right. You can't comprehend that. Dude, my little brother was like, I was 1 year old. I'm like, you don't remember that shit. Shut up. This is my story. I'm making 9/11 about me. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Video games. Okay. So, Jesus Christ, dude. Listen. All memes aside, I genuinely think 9/11 is a very interesting topic. You have people that are like fascinated with the Titanic. Me, I think like anything about 9/11 is interesting because my grandpa used to work there. I've been to New York and I don't fucking know. It's interesting the conspiracies. Not that I'm some conspiracy nut, but it's interesting. I am, yeah. Well, when we have our fucking schizo conspiracy episode, dude, I'll never forget the day where like I forget what it was, but I was like, isn't it weird how there's pyramids everywhere in old cultures that like would have never had like any communication to meet up with each other, and you're like, if I speak, I'm like, speak, go on, speak. I want to hear, and you're like, did you know there's pyramids in Antarctica? And I'm like, what? And you did. That makes me sound so crazy, but yeah. The release, the sigh you had was like, I didn't know this was a safe place.
Dude, it was so funny because I was sending a bunch of like Antarctica pyramids, and then I was like, I got a bit carried away, and it was like the Antarctica pyramids with the UFOs above them. I was sending them in the VC chat, and everyone else was like, what the fuck are they doing? That was good.
Dude, that VC chat looked like we're like going completely schizo. I swear someone was in that VC with us, and they're like, "What the fuck are you guys? What is going on here,
like,
dude?"
Okay.
Okay. So
anyway, but I mean, I kind of want to put my take on this, Loki. I know it's not about video games.
No, go ahead.
9/11. Funny enough, this has nothing to do with the Wii year. 9/11, as an Australian, is interesting, right? Because imagine, like, we weren't a part of that, really, right? Like, we saw it from the outside in.
That's so weird to think about,
as
like
Australians,
right?
Yeah, and my dad tells me about it and how like he was like, trying to bring me up and like all that, and then he sees that and he's just like, oh man, like America, because like Australia's perception of America is already like fucking pretty crazy. It's like, oh man, I'm like the shit that happens over there is insane.
Even back in the early 2000s?
My dad was like, yeah. Yeah.
I feel like
totally.
I feel like at least early 2000s perception of, I mean, I'm just making shit up, but I feel like out of the States perception of early 2000s, like USA must have been like, I would hope we were perceived way less ignorant than we are now. Because I know now it's like most of the world is like, God damn, it's fucking America. You guys are either crazy or fucking crazier, or fat.
I don't know. It's usually movies, right?
Or there's also the movie perception,
My perception of America before I like had internet and all that was just everything that I saw from Sex and the City. So I was like, okay, so every American man is like a New Yorker and has the funny New York accent, and every American woman is like a hoe and like loves drinking wine.
Dude, that's like the equivalent of being like, my perception of the UK was Garfield 2. dude, I saw, speaking of like schizo shit, right? I saw I got like 5 minutes into this and I was like, I'm not watching this shit. I was bored at work, I listen to fucking podcasts and music and YouTube videos all fucking day while I'm at work. And there was one video that came on my feed of like the Garfield 2 conspiracy or some shit. And someone making some schizo video about like how you ever notice how like in I don't remember the movie. I even think I've seen all of Garfield 2, the one that came out in like the early 2000s, because there's two of them. The like with the CGI Garfield, right?
Yeah.
Like the really shitty CGI Garfield. And basically
the one that ruined the like good Garfield.
Yeah. And basically the first 5 minutes of this video was this guy that's like, you ever notice how, because I guess in the second one there's other Garfields, and Garfield has like some like lineage of princes and kings and stuff in the UK, and there's the other Garfields are all CGI, but there's also regular cats, and people talk to Garfield as if he's not a regular cat, and the whole video is like, it's conspiracy, Garfield's a fucking alien, and this, that, and I'm like, I got 5 minutes into this, and I'm like, I'm done with this shit, dude. I was like, damn. So some motherfuckers just be like, I mean, I think the creativity, the exercising your creativity like that is pretty fascinating. If you can make like a 20-25 minute video about like,
it is, but I don't like that, because if you know Garfield, you know that even in the comics, it's always been like that, where Garfield is like the joke is that like he's a cat and no one can understand him, but he looks at the other cats and goes like, uncivilized, disgusting.
True.
Like, that's the joke.
Did you ever watch?
Anyway.
Okay. You know what? I was gonna be like, have you ever watched the first Garfield movie? Because I don't.
Have you seen the new Garfield movie? That's what you should be.
The one with Chris Pratt? No. Wait, did it come out?
Yeah.
Was it good?
Yes. What do you mean? I watched it ages ago.
It was actually good. Like, was it good? Like, good. Okay, not like cinematic good, but it was like better than the CGI movies. For a Garfield movie, was it good?
It kind of sucked.
No, don't tell me that.
Yeah,
No.
I'm sorry. It wasn't that good.
My days.
But it's a Garfield movie. It is a Garfield movie.
Is it something kids can consume and be like, yes, this is peak?
It's very kid core. That's the thing. It's not like old Garfield where he would like actually be kind of, Garfield-y. Like it feels like he's not doomer enough. That's the thing I feel about it. And that sounds cringe to be saying, but like the Garfield I know is like a cunt. And
yeah, Garfield
in the movie isn't much of a prick.
Yeah, because the real Garfield is like a doomer cunt. Like that's a great way to fucking put it.
He's an asshole. And he is kind of like more just pop culture referencey, I guess, in the new one. I guess in that way.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh my god, dude! The internet's done numbers to Garfield. There's like the side of the internet where like Garfield's like a fucking monster, like some fucking like demon.
When you say that, that's like my favorite Garfield thing. I love the Garfield house where the whole
like-
house is made out of like Garfield's flesh.
Ugh.
And he's like a fucking.
It's so weird, dude.
Oh,
What
dude.
did they do to my
I love that
baby?
Dude, it's pink. I love it.
I remember seeing like the
What
eight.
have they done to him?
I remember seeing like the 8-bit Game Boy edits of it. There's like one guy that would do. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like that thing, but some guy would do like an 8-bit, like they would make it look like it was on Game Boy. And it was just like the text. It's like it's John hiding. It's fucking John hiding behind a thing, and he's like, and then like the fucking video game text is like Garf. It's like John, I want lasagna. I'm hungry, and he's chasing him down.
Dude,
Oh
man.
my god.
You know I was a creepypasta kid, so obviously I love that type of shit.
We talked about it before, but not on the show. So October is getting closer. I had told Shibi when October comes around, we got to do like I'm even okay to like stretch it to like November, so we could like maybe 3 episodes out of it. I'm so down to do like creepypasta like readovers. Like we read a fucking story and like go back and back. Kind of like how Creepcast does it, because I love Creepcast, and like I obviously wouldn't want to copy the formula. But for the spirit of Halloween, how cool would it be to do an episode or two where we like read our favorite creepypastas, you know? Oh my god.
Ben drowned and all that.
Holy shit, dude. I remember that one was like
that's video game related. It's Zelda.
We're video games, guys. We're talking about video games.
We are talking about video games.
Alright, I'm gonna
because those are my favorite creepypastas, were the Pokemon creepypastas, and the Ben is drowned, and the Zelda creepypastas, and oh my god, there was this creepypasta about GTA San Andreas where there was like a soul trapped in the game, and it was so awesome. Oh, I love those ones so much.
I've never heard of that one.
Dude, you have no idea. You have no idea how much I was into that.
Dude,
like I was the creepypasta kid that watched like not the popular ones as well. Like I was watching Creeps McPasta's daily videos. That's how much I was into them, you know?
Interesting. You know, I actually like horror. Like I don't indulge enough in horror, but I love horror. Like whether it's video games
I love horror.
or movies. We talked about Resident Evil.
What's your favorite horror game?
Favorite horror game? It could be one of the Resident Evils, but if it's you're good. If it's for in the case of like which one was the scariest, I think Resident Evil 7 was the scariest. But my favorite horror game, like my favorite video game that is a horror game, probably Resident Evil 2. I feel like I could go back and play that game and I'd have a fucking blast with it, dude.
Really?
Oh, I love Resident Evil, dude. And I need to go back and play
I think the old Resident Evils are definitely a lot more scary than the new ones because you have less power and the games are fucking hard.
That's why...
I don't know.
Hot take, but like, it's a fun game. I think it's good. But after playing 2 and 3, I think people overhype Resident Evil 4 a bit. Because Resident Evil 4, it's a good game, but it feels like an action movie, and they kind of take away, like, it feels more actiony, less than like like Resident Evil 2 and 3 are very like, collectathon-y? I don't know what you call it, where you go to one, it's like a Metroidvania. It's like you go to one room, find a key, go and explore, and you're trying to get your way out of it. It's like a Metroidvania, but like
you feel useless in the first couple games, right? Like you feel like you really need to like scratch your way to the end, and whenever you see something, it's fucking scary because fixed camera angles and all that, and you're like, what the hell is happening?
Right. Do you have a favorite horror game?
Scary. I don't know. Dude. But the first horror game, and probably my favorite, not for nostalgia reasons, but because it is peak, is probably Amnesia, to be honest. Dude, Amnesia is really good.
I've never played Amnesia. I was never an Amnesia kid, like, at the peak of it. Like, you know, when I say the peak of it, I mean, like, when PewDiePie and Markiplier would fucking milk the fuck out of it.
Games. It was PewDiePie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I wanted to play Amnesia, and I didn't think I'd be so into it, but I love Amnesia so much. But also, the Outlast games are absolutely amazing. Silent Hill.
Wait, Outlast?
Silent Hill's so good. Yeah.
I played the first one and I loved it. I love Outlast
you should
1.
play the second one.
I did, and I got stuck and I never continued. So maybe I'll restart it.
No!
But
wait, you should play Outlast Trials with me and my homies.
Is that the multiplayer one they just released a while ago, or like a year or two ago?
It's so fun.
I remember I got into the first one, was playing the second one. The person that got me into them was like, they're making a new one that's multiplayer, so it probably wasn't gonna be as scary, but it was gonna be fun. And then I completely forgot about it. So you said Outlast, and I got war flashbacks about like, oh my god, I forgot that game existed.
Did you play the DLC?
For one, I didn't know there was DLC.
Yeah, Outlast 1.
I did not know there was DLC. No.
Good, it's good. It's a prequel.
Whoa, really? Oh shit, dude.
Yeah, because before he shows up to the asylum. Oh, by the way, the reason my server's called the asylum is actually low key a lot because of Outlast.
Really, dude? That's fucking awesome.
Yes.
Hell yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah, because when I think of like scary asylum, I think of Outlast, because that's the scary asylum game.
Right.
It's peak. And the prequel DLC of Outlast 1, which you should play, is really cool because he shows up to the asylum first.
Ooh.
Escapes as well.
Okay,
at the
okay.
End.
I think I like the even though I was enjoying 2. I was. But as far as I got, and then I got stuck somewhere, so I didn't continue, but where I left off and how much I played, I think I still prefer the first one, because the first one feels like a Resident Evil, and I like being stuck in a place and trying to find your way out, like type of stuff, like Luigi's Mansion, Resident Evil, Outlast 1. Love games like that. Outlast 2 feels very like, what's the word? What's the fucking word? It feels very straightforward. What's the word?
Linear.
Linear, yeah. It feels more linear compared to like Outlast 1, where it's like Outlast 1, you felt like you're really exploring. Outlast 2 is very like, go here, go there. It was still scary though. Still scary, and I liked it. But I was
always so scared of the big guy in Outlast. The big guy.
The big guy. It's been a while.
Brutus. I think his name was Brutus.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
You
don't remember, that's okay.
I don't remember. Yeah, I played.
You gotta play it, dude. These are my favorite horror games, and you gotta play Amnesia. That's like well, I forget his actual name, but I'm gonna go by like, if you watch PewDiePie's old videos, they call him the Bro. It's the fucking flesh creature with the open mouth.
Okay.
Yeah, that creature is like one of my favorite designs, and then it's like Amnesia Machine for Pigs. That's scary as fuck. Oh, it's such like cosmic horror. That's what I loved about Amnesia, is that it was like cosmic horror, and that was my first like I always loved reading cosmic horror. I didn't think it could be done in a game, right? But Amnesia put it in a game, and I'm like, this is amazing.
Wasn't spoiler alert for people that haven't played Outlast, but isn't the ending of 1 it reveals that the thing is a cosmic horror or something like that?
It wasn't really cosmic horror. It was more like man-made horrors beyond comprehension. Is like kind of like what that was. Okay. It was like the scientist made a machine that like disconnects the soul and the body, and made like the strongest being on Earth that can like possess other people.
I remember now. Yes.
You become the host at the end, and it implies everyone dies.
Speaking of cosmic horrors and stuff, and horror games, are you familiar with The Devouring, the horror game on VR chat?
Yeah.
That is such...
I've not played that, but yeah.
What? Oh. That game is too fucking good to be a game in VR chat. I've heard really good things about it.
Dude,
it takes like, if you know what you're doing, that game takes like 4 hours to fucking... Like, that game...
Oh, yeah.
It feels like a Resident Evil. It plays like a Resident Evil, like 2 and 3, except it's like first person because you're in VR or desktop. I was gonna say something that was relating to Outlast, but it's a spoiler if you ever care about playing it. Do you care about spoilers for the...
We could play it sometime.
Let's do it. I'm down. Maybe for October we can do like well, the thing is, we'd have to do a selective group, because I believe the world locks to 4 people. You can only have 4 people in that world.
Yep. Okay. Gotcha.
Or maybe a stream or something. Who knows? We were talking about streaming earlier today. Be cool.
We could.
But that is like, I unironically, like, I love VR chat games, like game worlds and stuff. And I don't mean this to dog on games in VR chat, because a lot of games in VR chat game worlds are like, yeah, you can tell you're in VR chat still. But that, like, The Devouring has so much love and soul put into it that it's like, it makes you wish, like, this just needs to be its own game. This should not even be in VR chat. This like also because it's just long, dude. That game it's so well thought out. It's so good. There's some parts of the game where I'm like, oh, this is the part that's a drag, but it's the overall like I genuinely thought it was like a 9 out of 10 experience. Like if you play that game world, The Devouring, and consider it as like a video game, I would say it's like a 9 out of 10 game. I loved it, dude.
Damn, really?
It's really
I hope the
good.
author has like a Patreon or something then to like actually make it worth it.
He might, because I think I remember at the end of the game, when you beat the game, you go to like the credits world that has a mirror.
Okay.
you play this game for hours and you finally find the first mirror in the fucking game world. And it has like a mirror and like I'm pretty sure it has like the Patreon supporters and all that stuff.
I see.
There's some really good horror maps in VR chat.
Oh, there's this horror game that me and Nexi really like. It's called Still Wakes the Deep.
I remember you guys were talking about
the
this.
whole thing is played on an oil rig, and we were talking about oil rigs
before. Yes.
So if you fuck with oil rigs, it's a oil rig cosmic horror game.
That sounds fucking awesome. Because
you would love it so much.
Because something about oil rigs that are like fascinating and scary. It's knowing that you're safe because you're not in the water, but it's also the feeling of like looking down and being like, I could fucking die. That's like, you don't know what's out there. There's fish, sharks, fucking, it's deep. The deep ocean.
That's what's so funny about it.
It's scary.
And during the whole game, it actually teaches you how to use an oil rig. Like you go to each part of the oil rig. You go to like the control room. You go to each leg, and then you flood the legs and like float the oil rig and all this crazy shit about it. And it's so interesting.
Really?
You gotta play it.
Okay.
Really?
Let me time out for a second so I can grab a fucking beer. Hold on. I'm mad at this one. So.
You go, girl.
Okay. So. We're going back to the original topic that we've derailed for like almost 30 minutes. Yes, we're gonna do. Okay, to be fair, we started talking about video games, but I want to go back to the Wii campout story. So it's like the 6th, 7th grade for me. The Wii's coming out. If you ever watched that episode of South Park where he's fucking freezes himself because he's waiting for the Wii, that's how excited I was for the Wii. Like, you know when you're a kid and like Christmas feels like waiting for Christmas takes forever, and as an adult Christmas snaps by and then it's fucking over, like every year now as an adult, right? Dude, the Wii felt like waiting for Christmas times like a million, dude. Every day was the slowest fucking day of my life. I'm waiting for this fucking Wii. I'm waiting. And then finally, it's coming, and my mom knows I want it, so we camp out for it. I didn't even know we had to camp out for it because I was so young that I didn't know the concept of like when things release and it's something big like that things sell out and people have to camp out for it. I've never camped out for anything before. The Wii has a very special place in my heart. It's not my favorite console, but it's one of my favorite consoles because it has that like that sweet nostalgic, like I have more nostalgic stuff with like older consoles, but the Wii was like it meant something to me. I had to work for it, and by work for it I meant like, man, take me to Best Buy and we're gonna stay there past midnight type shit. I think we had to wait till the store opened in the morning. They didn't do a midnight release. We waited for the fucking morning, dude. So, dude, you know what a Best Buy is, right? I don't know if they have those in Australia.
I get it. Yep.
Technology store, and they also have video games.
Yeah, kind of like our JB Hi-Fi. That's what we have.
Never heard of that. Damn. You guys have FYE?
Nope.
We don't have them either. They got rid of them. So,
Nope.
so we dude, it's like I would say I was off the top of my memory. I believe we were probably like the 4th or 5th people in line, and there's like people with fold-out chairs. There's people with fucking tents, and
tents.
Yes, dude, tents. And it was me, my mom, and my aunt, and I believe my aunt stayed with me overnight, and my mom went to like go grab breakfast for us, come back in the morning, because like the sun was rising when the store opened. And what's crazy is when I woke up, there's more. That line got way fucking longer, and we didn't even know how many they had in stock. This was like a gamble thing, like you. I don't remember how many they had. I just knew that there was enough for me, and I was a kid, so I didn't give a fuck about everyone else. So And I remember the people we were camping, like, standing right next to. There's, like, a group of, like, either high school or college kids. And when you're, like, young and someone's way older than you or just older than you in general, you have this weird perception that, like, they're just like, way older than you. So I remember them being college kids, but they could have been high schoolers. I don't know. They had to be college kids because they had, like, jobs and they're buying this shit. They weren't with their parents or anything. So there's, like, this college group next to us, and in that era of my life, this was like middle school, 6th, 7th grade. I was like an outcast. I was like the Nintendo kid while everyone was playing Xbox. So I had a small group of friends, but the majority of people in my grade were like, you know, Alex is the Nintendo weirdo. He likes Mario. What a silly guy, dude. He still likes Pokemon. What a weirdo. So I was like, so I didn't really talk about video games aside from like the 3-4 friends in my small friend group I had at the time. This was like such a cool feeling because it was like, when you're a kid and you meet older people that aren't adults yet, I should say, so like college kids or high schoolers, you have this perception that you're like, they're so cool because they're not an adult yet, and they can, like, you know, they'll be nice and talk to you and stuff. Dude, they were like, oh, dude, you camping out for the Wii, dude? You like Nintendo games? Dude, fuck yeah. And it felt very validating, like, talking and getting close with these dudes that, like, were camping out for the Wii is something I cared about. Nintendo games. I've always been a Nintendo kid. So it was such a good feeling being like older people that are cool. They seemed cool. Who knows? Maybe like my perception is twisting it. Maybe they could have been like nerds and been like, you're out here for the Nintendo Wii? But like, I thought they were cool. Cause like, you know, like everyone always shunned my fucking interest, whatever. So before
They sound pretty cool to me.
They were cool. They were so cool, in fact, that when I don't remember if it was my mom or my aunt, was like, okay, I'm gonna get you breakfast because we can't leave the line. So like either my mom or my aunt was like in charge of like going and grabbing stuff if we're hungry because we've never done this before. Oh my god, it's so nostalgic. And my aunt or mom, I think it might have been my aunt, she comes back with McDonald's. And I was like, yeah, I'm eating McDonald's. We're waiting for this fucking thing to come out. And my aunt or mom, maybe it was my aunt, she's like, boys, I brought breakfast for all you guys too. My mom bought food for the fucking high schoolers or college kids that were right next to us. Yeah, and they're like, oh, dude, thank you so much. Dude, you didn't have to do that. They're like all cool. We're just all like fucking. I remember we had our DSs and we're playing Mario Kart like while waiting before like we went to sleep, or like we woke up, we're still playing Mario Kart. And we were fucking, yeah, we're just eating fucking McDonald's. And I remember, I say this all the time because I've never heard this quote until this motherfucker said it. But one of the people that we gave the McDonald's to, he was like, dude, free food tastes the best. Or like, you know what tastes better than food? Free food. I say that all the time because of that motherfucker, because I've never heard anyone say that. And it just stuck with me, you know? God. So I think it was like, maybe we're like on the last 1 hour. And I'm like, come in. I'm like, dude, we're so close. I can't wait for the Nintendo Wii, dude. I'm like, I'm fucking ready, dude. And my aunt, at the time, she had a Yorkie Terrier, little doggy. So she brought the dog with her because it's the morning. That dog's got to poop. So she's like, oh, I brought Lulu. Her name was Lulu, little Yorkie Terrier. So she's like, Alex, I brought Lulu. Can you, while we hold your place in line, can you go walk the dog? I was like, sure. So I'm walking the dog, and, you know, I'm a kid. This is relevant. I've been thinking about this all day because I knew I was going to tell this story. And I'm walking the dog, and I'm getting further in the line. Because remember, I'm on the cool kid side of the fucking line where, like, everyone's getting along and talking about games and stuff. I get on the side where, like, I met a dad who definitely was, like, had either some... I don't know, like, I'm filling in the blanks here, but, like, he had to have had some bratty kid or something, or the dude didn't want to be there. I know that for sure. Right. This motherfucker did not want to be there. It was some dad doing this for his kid or something. And he looks grumpy as shit. I'm walking the dog, and dude, my aunt's dog Lulu starts sniffing his shoe. Dude, me and my brother talk about this like every Thanksgiving, or like once in a blue moon we'll bring this up. Like, dude, you remember that? He's like, yeah, I remember that, because I think my aunt brought my brother in the morning, so he remembers this. And so the dog starts sniffing this dude's foot in line, and he says, "Can you get that dog away from me, please?" Before I kick it like a football. And I'm just like,
What?
Holy shit, dude! What is your fucking problem, dude? I was just like, that motherfucker wants to go home. He wants to go home, dude. I've never like. You get canceled for saying something like that.
Like, I just got off my 8-hour shift. It's like this, that guy.
Of course I do, dude. Yeah, he like, and dude, I remember it was like this like stereotypical like pretty hefty fat American, like fucking shadow on his face, like he shaved but it was growing out, and just I remember he had the darkest eye circles I've ever seen on a motherfucker. So who knows? Maybe he got off his own 12-hour shift and had to go straight to camping out for the Wii. But that motherfucker did not want to be there, dude. I was like,
well,
I did not know people. That was the first time. It was the first time I was like, I didn't know motherfuckers hated dogs or like could hate animals like that. Like that was the most eye-opening experience as a kid, being like, damn. Yeah, so someone would just.
I've always had this moment, really, when like people do that. Like I always like when I owned like a snake and stuff. I'd always like show my homies. I'd be like, "Look at my pet snake," and they'd be like, "Ew!" And I'd be like, yeah, like it made me feel so bad.
Dude, my little brother's obsessed with getting a snake. Every time I fucking visit my parents' house, my little brother, who still lives there with them, my little brother will be like, "Dad, when are you gonna let me get a snake? What are you, a bitch? Because you scared of snakes?" And I'm like, how do you get away with shit talking dad? Dude, my little brother shit talks my dad all the time and gets away with it. Dude, I'd say wrong, and my dad would be like, "The fuck do you mean by that?" When I was a kid, I'm like, dude, you have it easy, dude. You have it. I don't give a fuck what you said. Ever since you came back to Tampa and fucking moved back with our family, dude, you get away with so much shit. My brother be talking mad shit to my fucking dad, dude. It's crazy. With love, of course, but it's the sense of like, if I said anything like that when I was a kid, dude, my dad never beat me, but my dad would yell at me. My dad would fucking raise his voice for any minor inconvenience that I would fucking hit him with. But that was pretty much the Wii camp out story. The store opens. They're like, we have only like 16 Wiis or something. I don't remember what the count was, but there was enough for me. So I go in, and I remember I was like, "Mom, I want this game, and I want all the controllers. I want the classic controller," because they had like, they sold like different controllers. I was like, I want at least like a pair for like 2 players, so like 1 Wii, 1 nunchuck, on top of the console. On top of, I think I got Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, which is my favorite Zelda, and Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz. And I might have gotten one more game.
The Monkey Ball.
And it came with Wii Sports, because every week came with Wii Sports. Whatever I got and all the controllers, dude, I remember we go up and I'm like, I was pretty spoiled rotten back in the day. And it is like something I'm very, very aware of. And now I'm like self-conscious to ask my mom anything, because I know how rotten, and if I wanted something, I would get it, because I was a well-behaved kid. My grades were pretty terrible, and I think she would use that against me when she didn't want to buy me something. But for the most part, growing up, my parents were pretty wealthy and stuff. Dude, I saw that fucking price. They were like, "It's gonna be $600," and I was like, "Ooh, that's mommy. You got that money?" And you know what's funny is she did, and I've been thinking about this all day because I wanted to tell this story, and to me it's crazy to think about this story, because I'm like, dude, $600 for all that is honestly not that bad. If you bought all the shit I bought during the Wii midnight release now, dude, that shit would be like,
Oh, like
$2,300
in 2007 is like, yeah, a couple $1,000.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, what, you buy a Switch 2 alone now, that's like already $500. That's already like 100 less than what I paid for a Wii, 3 games, and like controllers, dude. Yeah. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy.
I think the Switch 2 was like $800 AED, I think. It was crazy.
More expensive?
How much money it was.
Well, or like $800 dude.
Australian dollars and Australian tax, because our country hates us, but yeah.
I wonder what the conversion rate is, but I don't feel like doing the math, nor do I care, but I'm sure it's just as expensive.
I wish I had a story like that, but the only thing I really have similar is that like I pre-ordered the Xbox One, like the original Xbox One. And I don't know if like did you ever like play the next gen consoles
The Xbox One was with the Wii U and PS4, right? Was that
Yes.
generation? Yes.
Yes,
So
that was. So it was like, I went like my first console was a PlayStation 2, but then I got the Xbox 360. But I didn't get the Xbox 360 like when it came out. I just kind of got it when like my family like finally made enough money, and that wasn't really like the next gen console because it was the 360. But with how long that we had to wait from the 360 to the Xbox One or the PS3 to the PS4,
it was a
that's
long
why, like,
generation.
it was a
long generation,
and that's
yes.
why it was called next gen, because you might forget, but the difference between Xbox 360, PS3 to PS4 and Xbox One was fucking massive. Like, it was huge. Like, I remember when the Xbox One dropped, the first game I played was like Call of Duty Ghosts, and it blew my fucking mind. Oh my god! Like the first sequence where like there's like fucking all these like next gen explosions and shit, and your controller's like rumbling like way better than it ever has before, and like all this crazy shit. It was like mind blowing. But now when you go back, it's ass. Funny enough, but it felt so unreal at the time. And I know you kind of know what that feeling is like playing the next gen games. Like we still go through it. I remember I pre-ordered the PlayStation 5 as well, and I kind of see it, with next gen things, and I'm like, it doesn't feel like as big of a jump as it did when I was a kid,
right? But
it's still pretty cool,
I feel like
I still have my Xbox One Day One controller. It says like Xbox Day One 2013 or 14 or wherever that shit came out. I forget.
Wow, that's. Oh my god. Oh my god, wait. That's when they came out, right? The Xbox One, the PS4, and the Wii U came out around like 2013, 2014, 15, around there.
Like that.
Oh my fucking god, dude. Like, I'm like, oh, that was the last gen. That wasn't that long ago. And it's like, no. First of all, that was 2 gens ago.
It was. It was a long time ago because we waited from 2014. I'm making this number up roughly. I think it's around then to like 2020, right? It's like when the PS5 dropped, I think.
Right.
Yeah, that's a long ass time to wait for another console. That's crazy. I can't believe that. I played Skyrim on every single edition too. I played Skyrim on the 360 or the PS3, and I played it on the PS4, and I played that bitch on the PS5. Oh yeah.
Dude. So you want to know my experience with fucking Skyrim and why I never touched it for the longest time? So in high school. What'd you say? I already hate this. So I have part 1 and I have part 2 where it's like, do I want to say this on the stream? But I think I might, dude. I think I actually might. So, so in high school still like Nintendo boy, the Wii, the peak of me getting into Mega Man and being obsessed with retro games and stuff. And I would still play like whatever Wii games were coming out. I played Brawl consistently, which I gotta tell you my Brawl tournament story. This is a couple years before that. So I was the Nintendo kid. I had a friend named Devin who was both Nintendo and Xbox guy. And then we had a friend named Caleb who had a PS3 and had an Xbox 360, and he had a Wii. He had all 3 of the main consoles, but he was just like #1 Xbox dick rider, which was funny because I was like, oh yeah, I like Halo, I just don't have a 360. And he's like, it's just like this dude was like an unapologetic asshole about like dick riding like Xbox, Microsoft, and like the Xbox 360. And at the time, like, I know the argument was like, oh well, Nintendo and PlayStation have like more exclusives. Why would you get an Xbox 360? But at least back then, at least the 360 had more exclusives. They had like Halo, and they had the best versions of all the third-party games. Like, if you're gonna play Call of Duty on anything, you might as well play it on Xbox, I guess, right? Or, whatever. But me and Devin, we'd be at the lunch table, and I would just be talking about like, oh, so like something Mega Man, or I would just be talking about anything Nintendo related, and be like, you know the big fucking fat CEO from Smiling Friends season 2 episode 1 that's like dipping his nuggets.
Yeah.
The way we perceive this guy was that fucking guy. So when they made this episode, I'm like, no way. They made an episode. I was like, they made an episode about this guy because this dude he's such an asshole, dude. He'd be like, you guys talking about that Nintendo pussy shit? I'm a real gamer. I play shooters, and I'm like, dude, I think shooters are cool. I just don't have a 360. He's like, shoot yourself. I'll be the hardcore gamer. I'm like, can you like fuck off? Like,
Damn,
I don't care if I'm a hardcore gamer, dude. And so tying back to Skyrim, this is the peak of, I'm getting war flashbacks because this meme was so fucking annoying. But this is the peak of like, I was getting my dick sucked and then I took an arrow to the knee. You remember those fucking memes?
Yeah, they're my favorite.
And like this, like we'd be talking about anything and he'd be like, arrow to the knee, arrow to the knee. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Please shut the fuck up. I don't care. I'm not playing your Xbox gay game, dude. I don't care. And he'd be like, shoot yourself because you're not a hardcore gamer. So of course it just got shoved away because of this guy. And as the years went on, as the years went on, and I became more of a PC gamer in early college, still a Nintendo gamer. I'm a Nintendo PC now because you basically cover everything with those two things, right? So I played more, experimented with more shooters, getting PC, whatever, and getting a PC. I'm like, maybe one day I'll get Skyrim, and I just never did. But you know, once the memes died out, and once I stopped talking to that guy for forever, I was like, maybe that game is pretty based, but like my only perception now of it is that when people talk about Skyrim, which is probably valid because the game is now pretty fucking old, and if people still play a game now and it's that old, especially when it's on a PC, yeah, I guess it would be fair that people are like, oh, play Skyrim, but you should play with mods. Because my number one thing is like, does anyone play this game raw anymore? I don't know a single motherfucker that plays Skyrim raw anymore. But at the same time, it's like, I'm joking about it, but like, I don't blame them because the game's old. Dude, the game is old as fuck. If you can mod it and make like simpler things nicer, like up the graphics, and you know me, I don't care about graphics, but if there's like a definitive Skyrim experience,
yeah,
I would like to be led in the right direction and get the right mods and play it. Unless you think I should play Skyrim
I'll say
raw.
like this, right? I think, right, you could play it raw because the reason we say play it with mods is more because of the idea that like fucking new gens like have like such short attention spans, and Skyrim isn't like fucking hella new RPG. It has like, even though they new gen the fuck out of Skyrim compared to Oblivion, like it's still like a slow build kind of RPG where you need to like be immersed and like have a lot of like interest in the series to like enjoy it, which is why people say like play it with mods, make everything like super exciting and like make it look like super pretty. But I know you're not like that. You play old games all the fucking time and you know how to enjoy a game for what it is. So I honestly think if you just played like the remastered fucking anniversary edition of Skyrim, you would already have a fucking blast because I know that you would enjoy it. You like slow roll games. You like the freedom of that and having to figure out things for yourself. So I think you would have fun with it still. I think you do not need to mod it. It's a waste of time. I think get the anniversary edition and you get to play with the DLCs and you'll already have fun on that on your own.
You mean I don't need the mod that makes everyone's tits fucking massive to enjoy the game
no,
at its
you don't
fullest
need
experience?
You don't need to get the giant body swap mods where they like change the entire coding of the game to increase like to add jiggle physics. That's the crazy thing.
Dude.
The fucking the way they did that is they would literally get all the Skyrim heads, right? And then they would delete the body and then 3D like what we are right now. They would 3D model an entire base for Skyrim heads to put them onto that had like just jiggle physics and like all this crazy shit that they coded themselves just to be able to do this shit. Like Elder Scrolls Daughters are fucking insane. But you do not need that. It does not matter. If you want the real Elder Scrolls experience, your characters will be ugly as fuck because motherfuckers in the medieval era were ugly, alright? They were fucking ugly. And that is the sad fact of it. They did not have makeup back then. They had face paint and they called it a day. So that's the Elder Scrolls experience. If you think people think Skyrim models are ugly, and that fucking blows my mind because it is basically almost physically impossible to make an Oblivion character look good. Everyone in Oblivion looks so fucking botched, and heads are huge and shit. It's absolutely fucking hilarious.
Is it like
ugly everyone is?
Is it like an aged graphics thing, or it's like they just look?
It's the way they just made like the people look. Like it's the way that like everything is, right? Because like, it's a simplified like character creation editor, and then when like the developers made characters, they would just change the limited like scales that they had already. And honestly, like no matter how good you got at moving those scales, something was wrong. Eyes were too small, chin was too wide, like nose was too big. Like there was always something fucking wrong. Even when they remastered that bitch, everyone still looks kind of weird.
Wait, is this why so many really Skyrim motherfuckers, when they build their character, they're like, let's see how ugly I can make my fucking character.
Basically. It's like Dark Souls, you know? It's so much easier to make your Dark Souls character look like a fucking moron instead of pretty. So everyone just makes their Dark Souls character look stupid as shit. And that's what I did always. It's funny. What? I don't know.
Dude, I'm really contemplating telling this story on the podcast, and it is relevant to fucking Skyrim.
Oh no!
I think I'm just gonna. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say it. But
we hate it.
So the fucking the guy that was like obsessed with Xbox and like would just shit on Nintendo. The guy we were friends with in high school. This became a thing where like we used to do movie nights with this guy, like when we got into fucking college, and he was still obnoxious. And eventually we just like, we like cut him off because it was so bad where like a lot of our group was like, this guy's kind of an asshole, right? So, but the legend of this guy like went on for like a good 2 years. And a lot of our inside jokes, again, I was a lot younger and a lot more toxic. But we would beat this fucking horse to death, dude. This dead horse, we used to beat it. And there was one meme my friend Jeremy made where like, he was like, dude, what if he's just like really, really obsessed with Skyrim? Like, what if his first girlfriend, he's like, dude, he would say like, he's gonna put a fucking, what's the helmet that has like a fucking, the horns, the Skyrim helmet?
Oh, that classic. Yeah.
We would say shit like, dude, we would say shit like imagine this guy hooks up with someone and he's like, I need you to wear the fucking helmet and give me a Skyrim job. We thought it was the funniest fucking joke ever, dude.
That is such a like fucking joke that like all the Skyrim people say is like, I need a Skyrim job.
But this gets worse, and this is the part why I contemplated telling it, but fuck it, I kind of don't give a fuck. So this joke was like beat to death with me and my best friend at the time. Just every fucking day we'd be driving together and we'd be like, I could go for a Skyrim job right now. It was gross, dude. And like the joke was, it was beat to fucking death. Like it wasn't even funny, but it was a vocal stim, dude. We'd be like, dude, Skyrim job. It is just like stupid, right? It was so fucking bad that one time I was with my girlfriend at the time, early college. I was with whoever I was with in early college. I was getting head. and all I could think of was this joke. I've never laughed in the middle of getting head, dude.
There's no fucking way.
She lifted her head. She's like, what's so funny? And I'm like, lock in. Nothing.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm like, oh my fucking god, yeah, no, I'm not, dude. I thought it was the funniest shit ever, dude. That shit was like, that shit would haunt my brain, dude. That shit was like,
oh my. Dude, I would feel so bad. Imagine her, dude. You just hear like. Like just like when you're trying to pleasure someone.
I did.
What the fuck are you doing?
I felt fucking
Like, I
bad.
understand, like my mind wanders too, dude. But goddamn,
I felt
Goddamn.
bad because I mean, like, you know, you're giving head to someone, all of a sudden they start laughing. It was like, what do I do? What am I gonna do? Explain to her like, oh, I was thinking about this joke. I'm gonna look crazy.
Get this. Rim job.
You're just like,
Funniest shit I ever seen.
so there's this game, right? And imagine a sky rim job. Funniest thing ever. That's probably like the only story like that I'll ever tell, because it's very personal and gross and perverted. But dude, I'm sorry, that's funny. That's fucking funny. I had to.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
You know what? And I think that calls for how long have we been recording?
We have been recording for 58 minutes. 58 minutes.
Oh, yeah, we have 2 minutes left. All right, cool.
You wanna wrap it up in an hour?
Yeah, in an hour? Oh, at an hour. Yeah.
Or like
So-
you're right, okay. So.
Yeah, but I don't know. Enough about Skyrim, honestly. Oh, I was gonna say enough about Skyrim. Let's talk about Fallout. But you've never played a Fallout.
Never
That's another
played
game I'd like
Fallout.
you to play, like RPGs and stuff.
Really?
I don't know.
So wait, what's
Yeah.
the meme where like, isn't there like some never-ending war with like Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 fans, or Fallout 4 fans are like, it's the best game ever, and then Fallout 3 fans are like, this one's the better one, and you guys are entitled and elitist, or something like that? I'm probably gonna get mixed up, but I know there's like two main
I think
Fallout
you're
games.
thinking of,
that-
yeah, I think you're thinking of Fallout New Vegas, because every Fallout fan like sucks the fuck up Fallout New Vegas ridiculously.
Yeah.
It is insane.
yeah.
And to be fair, it is the best Fallout. It is. But it's way too much. Because, like, it's not that fucking good. Like, it's amazing, but Fallout 4 has a lot of amazing things about it as well. That's what I fucking hate about, like, Bethesda fans, is that they're so elitist. Like I am guilty of it too a little bit, because, like, I played all the first Elder Scrolls. Like, I played Arena, I played Morrowind, like, I played all that old shit. And I didn't play the old Fallouts. I kind of wanted. But I don't know what's with like Bethesda fans and saying like the old ones are the better ones, when like
Right.
old like Bethesda games look like shit. Like that's what's crazy to me. It's like Fallout New Vegas is great, but there is just tons of empty space with just nothing on it. Like,
I hate
like, when you play
games
Fallout
like that,
4,
dude. Jesus.
actually have such a fun like open world that like you come across things all the time, and like there's so much attention to detail and everything. But in New Vegas, like there's just like you actually feel like you're in a realistic fucking apocalypse, where there's just like you're just death valley, just nothing for ages. And it kind of fucking sucks that. But Vegas is still peak. I get what they're saying, but I hate video game elitists. It's fucking every series has it, dude. Pokemon people say that like, oh, this Pokemon is so fucking amazing, and anything new fucking sucks.
Zelda fans,
And it's like,
not letting go that Ocarina of Time is the best Zelda, and even though it's a good Zelda, it is not the best Zelda. Fuck no, it's not. I will die on the
I don't
Zelda.
know. I liked Ocarina of Time. It's like one of the only ones I played, to be fair. But
It's still a great game.
know.
I think it's a revolutionary, legendary. It's still for its time and stuff. I think it's a very iconic game. But best Zelda? No, absolutely not.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I like old games. Like, don't get me wrong, but old games have their issues, dude. Like God of War, right? The new God of Wars I think are so good, and some people say that the old God of Wars are better. But like, how can you say that, dude? The new God of Wars are so fucking immersive and so well made, and then the old God of Wars is just like doing this puzzle and then like walking for like 20 minutes and then like doing another puzzle, and it's like it felt pretty fucking annoying sometimes, the old God of Wars, and that's why I prefer the new ones. But then people are like, you're new gen, you don't know how good the old God of Wars were. It's like I get this whatever they say the shit.
I wouldn't know because I've never played a God of
you?
War, but I think the dude looks cool. I think what is it? Not Thanos.
Bitch, what?
What's his name? They're both bald. Okay, I was onto it. What's his name?
Kratos.
Kratos. Thanos fucking, they're both bald, who cares? Yes, Kratos. Like, he looks cool as shit, dude. That is my build, dude.
Cool.
Well, not my build,
Honestly,
but I could
if you
have
ever
that
play
build.
the new God of War, I think you're gonna like, you know how like you're hella into like gym shit. Dude,
Right.
if you played the new God of War, you would fucking like, you would have like an intense gym arc, because like his build is peak. His like work, like even me as a trans girl, I see fucking Kratos and I'm like, in an alternate timeline, I would have been the most fucking strong dude
That's
ever.
crazy,
I would have been
dude.
built like this. Holy shit.
Oh, so I know this is not.
It's so inspiring.
I know this is not video game related, but I really want to fucking talk about this. So speaking of being shredded, and I almost said Thanos again. Kratos being strong and stuff, and alternate timeline, you could have been fucking strong
I
and
think
shit,
of
right?
Thanos from Squid Game now. For some reason.
Hey yo, what's cool, my dude?
Welcome to the Thanos way.
dude. So I know you don't like. We're literally talking like an hour ago about my Discord's like text channels and like how you like you're not much of a poster, but like you lurked like the general like pretty briefly, dude. Whenever we do Wordle, if I get 1 out of 5, because like 6 is the last try you can have in Wordle. If I get 1 through 5, with every time, if I get 1 through, excuse me, if I get 1 through 5, I post the fucking gif of Thanos and his friend from Squid Games when they're doing this in the merry-go-round world where they're spinning around.
Yes,
I said
love
like a sped up version. I remember my friend Maddie. She's like, dude, I love every day waking up to you winning a Wordle and posting that fuck ass stupid gif. And I'm like, because the way I view it is like Wordle's like I imagine Wordle like Squid Games. I'd be like, I'm not losing this one. I gotta win it. So like whenever I have like I use the gif specifically when I have like a clean like win. When I was like, that was easy. And I'm like, dude, I could have died, but I'm chilling. That's the vibe. If I get it on the last one, I post the Squid Game gif where they're like, yeah, you know the one where they're like all cheering.
That's what I was gonna say. I want to remake that with you. Actually, I want to ask you that sometimes when we can get enough people to like surround us. I want to be like arm to arm with you and recreate that one scene where it's like they're doing the jump rope or whatever the fuck they were doing, and the two are arm to arm, yeah, and they look at each other. I want to remake that.
Oh my
That's so funny.
god, dude!
It's like my go-to gif right now, like for anything.
I exclusively use it if I get Wordle on the last try, or if someone else gets it on the last try, I'll post that gif, and I'll be like, "We're making it out of the hood with this one." Oh my god!
That's amazing.
Going back before I forget, we were talking about how do we? Oh, hold on. How do we derail this? I was gonna start talking about gym stuff because I was like, "Oh, Kratos and he's strong." And then somehow we start talking about fucking Squid Games. I don't know how we got there. Anyways, so
we have issues.
I really want to tell our audience that. So, as you know from like the first 2 episodes, I've mentioned that me and Shibi will be meeting up in Japan in between September October and blah blah blah. It's gonna be a good time. We're gonna dance around and be gay. I don't know. It's gonna be fun, but. There is a One Piece gym in Japan, and I've always wanted to go. I couldn't go last time because my logic was well, you need like a fucking gym subscription. Like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, that's the whole process. But I looked into it, and I was like, dude, fucking, you can go for like a day. You can do like a trial for like $17 or something, I think. And maybe a bit more for more context. Recently. Shibi has gotten back into the gym, and I gave you a little regimen, and you've been working out, and I'm proud. You know, I'll be talking to Shibi, and she'll be like, "Oh, I'm sore. You're sore today. You're sore as hell. Wait, what part of you is sore? Your arms? Your chest?"
I did arms and chest today or yesterday. So I'm like I keep doing this thing, like when you work out arms and you have to like you stretch your elbows all the way out, and it's like. I've been doing that every like 10 minutes.
You ever work out your biceps so hard that like your arms start doing this by themselves?
Dude, yes, that's been me all morning.
Dude, that's when you know you had a good fucking a bicep
I went crazy.
day,
I went crazy.
Dude.
Yeah.
So this One Piece gym. There's a One Piece gym. There's There's a few gimmicky things in there, but for the most part, it's a One Piece themed gym in Japan. But I was showing Shibi, and I guess you had never heard of it, right? This was the first time you'd heard of it.
Can I mention one thing? I want to mention one thing. You need to put up an image right now of the buggy goblet, because I think that's like honestly the best thing. Is like, I don't know if you've watched One Piece, you'll know, like early One Piece, like Buggy's like missing like a part of his body, and he's like just a pair of legs and a head.
Right.
Buggy is, and they made that into like a goblet that you'd like do squats with, like what? It looks fucking amazing.
I put a picture of it up
so much,
dude.
I can't wait to hold this little guy.
When we go there, I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna be like, we can do shoulder presses with this. Five sets, 20 reps or some shit. I'm gonna feel it and I'm like, that's definitely that's like 15 kilos right there or some shit, dude.
It's really one of my favorite parts of One Piece, when like little Buggy meets like the guy stuck in the treasure chest and they become like best pals.
Best pals, dude.
It's like so peak. It's so peak. I love it.
Holy shit.
I cannot wait to go to the One Piece gym, dude. Oh my god.
It's gonna be fun.
Nothing is more inspiring to work out than fucking One Piece. Holy shit.
And it's cool because you saw the video, right? Like all the walls have like the manga panels. You see like Whitebeard. The fucking the lat pull downs have Whitebeard's beard on it, or the mustache.
Yeah, have his beard on it.
Oh, it's so fucking cool, dude. Like
so awesome.
Listen. When we go there, this can't be like a, when are we leaving, dude? I'm not gonna lie. I might be there for 2 hours. Like, is the only time I'm ever gonna be there.
Pull an SM, do a full body workout.
Yeah, we fucking might. Well, we agreed on like a full upper body. Cause listen,
yeah, not legs,
I love legs. We're leg enjoyers. My legs are guys. I swear my legs are big. I work on my legs. I swear. I'm not chicken legs. I swear. But I am not built like a One Piece character. But however, I'm not doing legs on a trip to Japan where we're going to be fucking walking all the fucking
2
time.
weeks of walking
Fuck
everywhere.
that, dude. I'm telling you, your feet are going to be so sore like the first 2-3 days. Like, you'll get used to it, and then you still won't be exactly used to it, but you'll be used to like the major pains like the first few days. It's rough, dude. Cause like, you know me, I'm a mail carrier. I walk all day and stuff. When I started my job, like my first like 2 weeks, month, I was like, dude, my feet hurt. And I had to get used to it. Yeah. And then I was like, okay, cool. I can do this. I'll be ready for Japan. Dude, I was not familiar with Japan's game because Japan, you fucking walk everywhere. The convenience of travel is so good. Oh my god. But yeah, so I have a way to segue this because you want to end it soon, you said, right?
Yeah, it's at that time.
It's all good. It's all good. I know how to segue this because I want to bring up a thing about the next episode that we talked about earlier. So, in Japan, spoiler alert, one of the people we will be going with is Chibi's boyfriend, Mao Mao. We've mentioned Mao Mao a handful of times.
Beautiful boy wife.
And we are very good friends. So we've become very good friends lately. I love Mao Mao. You and Mao Mao started watching One Piece a few months ago. They just finished pre-time skip, and I'm like, this is fucking awesome. Chibi had watched One Piece up until pre-time skip before, but Mao Mao never did. You guys got into it and started from the beginning.
Yes.
So now you both are done with
Finally,
pre-time
I
skip.
get to experience something new, yes.
And I believe it was the first episode we talked about. We want to do an episode where we talk about One Piece. But you could talk about One Piece for hours, for days, dude. So I think in the first episode we had mentioned like, oh, if we talk about One Piece, we'll have to like talk like we'd have to like do like every arc you finish or get caught up with. We could do a whole episode about that or whatever. I pitched the idea of like, dude, when you get caught up with pre-time skip, we gotta do a podcast about it. So now since Mao Mao originally wanted to be on this podcast, because I don't know if we've mentioned it on the podcast that we did want guests. And we have, right?
Yeah.
We did, yes.
Yeah, I think we mentioned that we were going to have guests eventually, yeah.
So we're going to have guests, I believe, as long as Mao Mao is down and ready. I believe next episode, we want to make it about One Piece, and we want Mao Mao to be our guest. And we can talk about pre-time skip One Piece.
Yeah. Yes, oh my god. What's unfortunate is like, I mean, maybe not unfortunate. It actually kind of works because I think in 2 weeks' time from now, I think maybe we might have just started next chapter, like after the time skip. Like we might have, we might have started like back up to Saboti.
Right.
Shit.
Oh, because you guys took a little break, right? You guys are watching something else right now.
Once we finish Apothecary Diaries, and then start, and we also want to finish the fucking 28 days later, 28 weeks later, or whatever the fuck that movie is.
Right.
We want to finish that series, and then we're gonna watch One Piece. And honestly, like, we watch a lot of shit together, so I think in 2 weeks from now we might be caught up, but we will still. I want to talk about like everything pre-time skip, dude.
That's what I'm saying. We could still do pre-time skip, right?
Little One Piece,
A little geek out
have
section.
my own little like One Piece flashback and talk about like what arcs are my favorite and shit.
Anyway, my god,
you'll see. It'll be great.
I think the magic of One Piece is because it's ongoing and it's always gonna be ongoing for a while, even if though it's like it's getting on the last saga and all this stuff, blah blah blah. I think the cool thing about One Piece is like I can watch 2 people get into it. And I can still talk about old arcs like they are relevant. And it's just like, dude, I can talk about exclusively pre-time skip and still talk about One Piece for hours on end. That's how
absolutely
special I think One Piece is, you know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I actually love One Piece, dude. I think Mama likes One Piece more than I do at this point.
Really?
He's really into One Piece.
Yeah,
just you watch this motherfucker yap. Just you watch.
Oh my god,
he has a lot to say about it.
They're gonna fucking love you. We're talking about like when they get caught up, right? I was like, Mama, when you get caught up, are you going to start reading the manga? Or are you gonna be anime only? I think you're in that VC with us, right? Were you? Or is this when we're in the separate VC? I think this is just me and Mamo. Right. And Mamo was like, dude, Mamo is on the same page as me. Is like, even though I'm usually anime only on most stuff, One Piece is a thing that, like, I want to be there when it ends. And when One Piece ends, if you're not caught up with the manga, dude, you're getting spoiled. When One Piece ends, you are getting fucking spoiled. Everyone's getting spoiled if you're not caught up with the manga.
I see.
Like, it's because it's gonna be revolutionary, dude. It's gonna be, that reveal is going to be all over the internet, dude. That is going to be like a fucking holiday. The day One Piece ends, that shit's gonna be trending like. Not locally, like that shit's gonna be trending worldwide on Twitter. I guarantee I fucking know it will. I mean, dude, during Wano.
How far behind the manga is the anime anyway?
The anime is it takes a year for the anime to catch up with the manga. Cause I remember there's a chapter I was reading that I cried at, and Nanika was in VC with me, a good friend of mine who's also into One Piece. But Nanika's anime only. So she's like, can't wait for that episode to get animated. And on top of it was going to take like around a year for the anime to reach that point, the anime also went on hiatus for 6 months. So it took a year and a half for her to finally... It was actually the last episode that they finally animated. This episode I fucking ugly cried at. And she was like, yeah, the wait was worth it. However, it is a year... now year and a half behind because the manga is caught up even more since they took that 6-month hiatus on the anime. So
okay,
I don't know. I feel like I'm not really like a keep up with manga type of I like manga. I love manga. No, I'm lying. When I was at the peak of reading manga, I like keeping up with the manga and be like, oh, a new chapter. I used to keep up with Komi-san, Uzaki.
I read Komi-san as well, actually.
Really?
I read a manga when like the manga is so good or the anime doesn't fucking finish it. Because I like really am into like romance animes, and for some fucking reason, every romance anime just ends and then doesn't like get to the good part, right?
Right.
Like I don't know if you know what like Nisekoi is, but like Nisekoi is like one of my favorite fucking romance animes, and then it just ends.
Oh shit! I never got around to it, but for the longest time I was like, I was gonna get into it, never did. There's the blonde hair girl, and then there's the brown hair girl, right?
Yeah, the blonde hair girl with the fucking ribbons.
Yeah.
That anime is so fucking good, but then it just even though that is one of the most popular romance animes of the time, it just ends, and then. Like, if you want to see them fucking actually, like, fall in love and get married, you have to read the manga. So I read the fucking manga.
Fuck.
And, Also with Blackrock Shooter, since I'm the fucking like I have like my Blackrock Shooter is my special interest. Blackrock Shooter only has an OVA, or nowadays it has an OVA, the TV series, and then a new like Amazon Prime series, right? But the best like depiction of Blackrock Shooter is actually Blackrock Shooter Innocent Soul, which is only on manga.
What the fuck?
So that's my favorite manga of all time. Actually, is Blackrock Shooter Innocent Soul. That's absolutely fucking peak, and I recommend you read it for real. Anyway, we really do gotta wrap it up, or else you're gonna fucking hate editing this today.
I forgot I had to edit this and upload it like before I go to bed. Because we wanted to stay on schedule of like every other Wednesday we upload it. So blah blah blah. We'll probably most definitely have. I'm sure Mama wanted to be on the. Mama will be here. Yeah, they will. I'm demanding it.
Also 2 weeks.
They actually don't want to be on here. No.
They actually hate us.
Worst case scenario, we'll change topics, but the game plan is next episode we'll have Mama on here, and we'll talk about time skip One Piece, and
it'll be a great time. Be there
or be.
Have to be there.
Square
or be.
What's wrong with being a square? Oh,
bye.
You know why they call it square? Because you're not there. Goodbye. That's the joke. Goodbye. Wow, I just blew your mind. Goodbye. Woo.
Thanks for joining us. Woohoo. See you next week. Or in 2 weeks, actually.